This is a heist for the Los Angeles Lakers as we are now just hours away from the trade deadline. We have brand new reports that have dropped revealing a huge Lakers trade update. We're going to break down these reports and discuss what this means going forward as more moves are coming. So stay tuned for all that in this episode, folks. Before we get into it, if you're part of the 86% who aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We just hit 9,000 subscribers. So if you're enjoying the daily Lakers content, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button. We're getting extremely close to 10,000, which is our big goal. And you guys' support has been unbelievable as we continue to pump out multiple videos a day for you all, keeping you up to date. And that's not going to stop after the deadline. Tons of more content coming for you all, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. But ladies and gentlemen, we are now about 4 hours away from the trade deadline, a bit less than 4 hours away. And things are really starting to pick up here. And the Lakers are not done following their crazy Mark Williams trade, sorry. So this just dropped from Brett Siegel, and he spoke out a little bit on Rob Pelinka and his plan. Before pulling off a big move for Williams, Pelinka made several calls around the league to inquire about athletic big men with rim-protecting abilities. League sources say Robert Williams, Miles Turner, Jericho Sims were big men on the Lakers' radar, although their asking prices were too steep. Lakers also inquired about Jakob Poeltl with Toronto and Jalen Duren with Detroit, sources confirmed. The Lakers now have a clear vision for the season. LeBron will mentor Luka, but this team is also going to pursue a championship with hours before the deadline. They are not done yet. And then you also have this report dropping from NBA Insider overnight update. The Lakers are planning to shop Maxi Kleber in return for a defensive-minded piece to plug into their rotations. They began this process late last night and are now expected to pick it up this morning. Pelinka doesn't think he's done yet. Ladies and gentlemen, Pelinka is still on the phones. He's still making calls, and I covered it in the video earlier this morning. The Lakers need a wing. They need a defensive-minded wing. Now, whether that be a guy like Cody Martin that we've covered or a guy we're going to talk about now because there's a lot of rumblings about him in Bruce Brown, it seems like, according to multiple reports here, that Rob Pelinka is trying to make one last swing with the assets they have remaining in order to acquire a valuable piece to help specifically with perimeter defense. Now, Mark Williams trade was absolutely fantastic. The Luka trade was absolutely fantastic, but they lost their best 3-and-D guy in Max Christie. So now if you're able to pull off a trade to help address that a little bit, of course, they can still be active in the buyout market. Things are going to be interesting here. You can see this from Clutch. We should really consider waiving Maxi Kleber. If we waive him, we can get Bruce Brown off the buyout market. Let's see what happens. However, some new reports are dropping that Bruce Brown may not get bought out for the Pelicans, and instead the deal gets expanded to where a contender playoff team gets him. If that's the case, he won't get bought out. And if you're the Lakers, you have to be in on Bruce Brown, both when it comes to trade and buying out here. Because, I mean, Bruce Brown is a very, very interesting piece. Now, another note from Brett Siegel. The Lakers may not be done before Thursday's afternoon deadline. They were in conversations with a few other teams throughout the day before trading Mark Williams, specifically seeing what Maxi Kleber's contract could get them. So it seems like at this juncture, the Maxi Kleber contract is going to be the one going out. Now, I think Cody Martin is a huge a big possibility for this team. I think Bruce Brown will make a lot of sense as well. It's really a matter of who becomes available for what price. Josh Okogie is another guy that is a great, specifically defensive-minded wing here. And they got their big man covered. Now, are they going to go out and get a guy like Daron Sharp? It's still possible, but it seems like the biggest avenue for the LA Lakers to make a move here with the remaining picks and capital that they have is in the trade market when it comes to a wing. Now, they may get a buyout for a center and things like that, but it seems like they want to move off of Maxi Kleber's contract. You can see this here from Anthony Irwin. If the Lakers can turn Kleber somehow into Josh Okogie or Caleb Martin type player, I'd really start thinking some reckless thoughts about what they're capable of. And again, Caleb Martin, I think he's talking about, a Caleb Martin type player. His brother Cody with the Hornets is available, so that's an interesting guy. Josh Okogie, extremely interesting player as well here. And things start to get interesting now. And we know that the Lakers are in active talks around moving Maxi Kleber. The Bulls or the Nets are two of the most likely teams. Now, if they're going for a big man surrounding moves, of course, the Nets make a ton of sense with Daron Sharp. The Bulls have a little bit less to offer there. And again, if you want an update on what assets they have remaining, they have the Kleber contract, they have Christian Wood's contract, they have Shake Milton, and they also have their 2025 second and their 2026 and 2028 first-round pick swaps. And of course, they still have Rui Hachimura and Gabe Vincent. However, at this point, it seems like all signs are pointing to them keeping both Rui and Gabe and using them in their rotation because they want to, preserve as much of the core of the rotation as possible. And I mean, Rui and Gabe Vincent would just be used as salary matching at this point. You wouldn't get great value for either. And if you're, going to be salary matching, you're better off moving off of Maxi Kleber, who's not going to be playing anytime soon for the LA Lakers, and maybe not even this year. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Bruce Brown, his play this year, because of course he's been playing in the Toronto Raptors, who have been really bad. He's actually been playing a lot better as of late. He's averaging 8 points a game, 4 rebounds, and almost 2 assists. and also steal a game. So he's very intriguing. Now, he is a 3-and-D in theory, a 3-and-D wing. His three-point shooting has taken a little bit of a hit as of late, but he is a very good wing defender. He's a very good point of attack defender. And when you look at what the Lakers need, Bruce Brown fits that mold perfectly. Now, so does Cody Martin, so does Josh Okogie. Both of those guys are players that fit the mold extremely well. However, Bruce Brown is going to be available. There's a world where he's available for a second-round pick, and that's when things start to get extremely interesting. If you're able to package some of these guys along with a second-round pick for Bruce Brown, that's better than a buyout if you're the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, are there other teams that are interested in Bruce Brown? That's the question. I'm sure there is. He is a, winner. He won with Denver. He's been around the block. He is a fantastic player, and I absolutely love the fit. However, as you start to look at what other options there are, I mean, again, Cody Martin would be another good fit, probably a little bit better defensively than Bruce Brown. Josh Okogie, a fantastic defender. Josh Okogie is a great defender. There's no doubt about that. So as you start to look at a lot of these players now, you have Josh Okogie, you have Bruce Brown, you have Cody Martin. There are actually a lot of pieces that are available for the LA Lakers to actually go out and pursue. Now, whether that be in the form of, and let's not forget, the buyout market is still going to be very hot for the Lakers because they have an open roster spot, and then bearing a trade where they give up 2 players and they get back 1, which is very possible. Now, then that will close the buyout opportunity, of course, but if you can go out and get a guy like Bruce Brown or a guy like Josh Okogie, you're starting to look extremely interesting. Now, with this team, I mean, it's arguably the best starting 5 that LeBron James has ever had. The thing they lack the most is perimeter defense and a point of attack defender. They have Jared Vanderbilt back, who is a very good point of attack defender, but other than that, you're lacking a little bit. You have Dorian Finney-Smith. You have, Gabe Vincent, who's a capable defender to a degree. He's a gritty defender. You have a lot of different things who are, a lot of different players who can fit in. And let's not forget, there's still some rumblings about the Lakers getting a backup center in the trade market or probably in the buyout market. And it's just things are getting absolutely crazy. And again, we're now just a few hours away from the deadline. And these reports are saying that they're expected to pick it up this morning surrounding a defensive-minded piece. They got their defensive-minded center in Mark Williams, who's also extremely good offensively. You got your guy in Luka Doncic, of course. And now the Lakers aren't quite done yet, but they have a clear vision. And maybe they'll be going for a guy who could also be beneficial in future years as well. Now, regarding Bruce Brown, he's an expiring contract. However, would fit this team extremely well. The question is, would the Pelicans be willing to give him up for a second? Or if it goes to the buyout market, you can then waive Maxi Kleber, and then you'd be able to get Bruce Brown on the buyout market. So there's a lot of avenues here for the LA Lakers to add a defensive-minded wing, whether that be Bruce Brown or Okogie. And things are going to get extremely interesting. So let me know down below what your thoughts are. Trade reports are heating up. Buyout market is heating up. Things are getting absolutely crazy, and we're going to keep you up to date with all the latest news. If you're new, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. See you later. Cheers.